watching Let's Chat.
There is an accessibility awareness webinar series that is being presented by our friends over at the Signal Center. Joining us now to talk about that, it is Lana Little, and Lana is the director of the Signal Center's Assistive Technology Services. Lana, good morning.
Good morning.
Tell us exactly what the Signal Center is and what you folks do there before we get into this assistive technology.
Sure. Signal Centers is a private nonprofit organization that's been in Chattanooga for over 60 years, and we have a lot of programs to help children and adults and families have independence and be more self-sufficient. So as assistive technology director, I focus on the technology part of it.
Now, this is something that was supposed to be done live and in person, but since the pandemic has set in, obviously we can't do that. So tell us about how this webinar series is going to work.
Okay, well, it has been challenging. We had it set up to do a live conference. We had really excellent keynote speakers from all over the country coming in that are top of the field of technology, and they're super speakers. So what we did is had to break down a whole day of live seminar plans for a conference to do it in 1 hour kind of TED Talk variety. So we have it set from 1 to 3 every Thursday afternoon, kicking off this Thursday. So you can register online to pick out which of the 8 different sessions you want to take. It's all free. We were going to charge for the conference, but in this changing everything around, our sponsors made it possible to offer this free. So we do have 8 really high quality sessions.
All right, tell us exactly as it pertains to the Signal Center what the digital accessibility is and why it is so important.
Okay, our focus is working with people with disabilities, children through adults, and anyone with any disability. We want to make things digitally accessible if they use Braille, if they use large print, whatever their needs would be. If they have any kind of physical disability, we would make the modifications. What's so different about the Accessibility Summit and what's so different about some of the speakers we have coming in, they're like the thought leaders in the field. So rather than retrofit the way we do things to start with, like trying to make it work for someone who is blind or has some kind of physical disability, you do a universal design to encompass everything to make it as accessible as possible for everybody, which is kind of what they've done on the school system, and it's beginning to really work in the technology field.
And Jared Spool is going to be your keynote speaker. Tell us a little bit about his background and why his presentation is so important.
Okay, Jared is amazing. He's been in the field over 40 years, and he's a user experience specialist. What that means is looking at it from the user standpoint, how it shouldn't be cumbersome. It should be a good experience, and basically he just is a really charismatic speaker. I've been to one of his sessions before, but he'll be joining us from California, which is the cool thing about going to a digital platform with WebEx, and ChatState has been a great partner. But Jared himself is one of the co-founders for Centers Center, which is a school here in Chattanooga. It's a web design school. And it's really great when we have web developers from all over the country looking at Centers Center for input and having students come here. And it's just been amazing. Chattanooga's right in the hub of web development.
All right, and this series kicks off this coming Thursday and runs every Thursday through the 11th of June. And again, as you heard Lana say, it is absolutely free. If you want to find out more information about it, go to signalcenters.org. That's signalcenters.org. And Lana, thanks so much for joining us, and I hope you have a tremendous, tremendous turnout for this. Great job you guys are doing over at the Signal Centers. Again, find out more how you can reserve your place for this free webinar series by checking out the website signalcenters.org. We'll be right back with more on Let's Chat.